Who is Elvis Presley? Elvis Presley, most commonly known as Elvis, was a singer and actor. Considered as one of the most significant cultural icons of the 20th century, Elvis Presley is regarded as the king of rock and roll. The Guinness Book of World Records has recognized Elvis Presley as the best-selling solo music artist of all time. Likewise, Presley is the winner of 3 Grammy Awards, as well as the recipient of the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which was awarded to him posthumously in 2018. Elvis Presley was born on January 8, 1935. His full name is Elvis Aaron Presley. Elvis was born in Tupelo, Mississippi. Since he was born on January 8, his horoscope is Capricorn. Elvis Presley's father was Vernon Presley, and his mother was Gladys Love. He was born in a 2-room shotgun house. The house was built explicitly for his birth by his father, Vernon Elvis. In addition, Elvis also had a twin brother named Jesse Garon Presley. However, Jesse, who was born 35 minutes before Elvis, was stillborn. Growing up, Elvis Presley was extremely close to his mother. His parents took him to an Assembly of God church from where Elvis grew interested in music. Elvis Presley's father, Vernon, was unable to find a steady job that could support his family. Due to this, Elvis' family struggled financially. His family had to rely on their neighbors, as well as government food assistance to sustain their living. In 1938, Vernon was found guilty of altering a check written by his landowner, and this caused them to lose their home. When Vernon was in jail, Elvis Presley and his mother lived with their relatives. When it comes to his academic performance, his teachers often described Elvis as average. In September 1941, Elvis joined East Tupelo Consolidated, where the teachers encouraged him to participate in a singing competition. Elvis made his first ever stage appearance when he dressed as a cowboy and sang the song Old Shep at the Alabama Fair and Dairy Show held on October 3, 1945. When Elvis received a guitar as a birthday gift, he began taking guitar lessons from his 2 uncles and the pastor at the family's church. Then, in 1946, Elvis Presley enrolled at Milam, where he started developing signs of loneliness. He used to bring his guitar to school and used to sing during lunchtime. However, Elvis was often teased by his fellow classmates, who called him a trashy kid who played hillbilly music. As a child, Elvis was a huge fan of Mississippi Slim's show on the Tupelo radio station Wello. Slim's younger brother would frequently take Elvis along with him to the station. During this time, Elvis learned many chord techniques, which essentially helped his guitar skills. At the age of 12, Presley was able to give 2 on-air performances for the station. Elvis was a huge fan of his mother's Southern-style home-cooked meals. Gladys often made grits, black-eyed peas, ham, bacon, fried chicken, cornbread, mashed potatoes, gravy for the family to enjoy. Elvis was not too fussy about his food choices. His favorite foods were peanut butter, banana, and bacon sandwich. His favorite drinks were Pepsi, Nesbitt's Orange, and Shasta Black Cherry. Likewise, Elvis also enjoyed eating coconut cake, monkey bread, tomato fritters, barbecue bologna, and county fair cookies. Even after he became popular, Elvis Presley preferred classic Southern meals over exotic foods. He did, however, enjoy some Oriental foods containing ingredients such as pork. Elvis Presley stood tall at 6 feet. He wore 11 US size shoes. Elvis Presley weighed approximately 170 pounds in his youth. His weight also increased as he grew older, and his health deteriorated. At the time of his death, Elvis was approximately 260 pounds. Additionally, Elvis had blue-colored eyes. Although he had naturally blonde hair, he used to dye his hair black to achieve his signature black-colored hair. Elvis Presley career. Elvis graduated from L.C. Humes High School in 1953. With an ambition of making it big as a musician, Elvis worked with Sun Records owner Sam Phillips at the start of his career. Phillips wanted to popularize African American music to a wider audience. Elvis himself was a huge fan of blues, R&B, and country music. At Sun Records, Elvis Presley recorded a two-sided acetate disc, My Happiness, and That's When Your Heartaches Begin, as a gift for his mother. A year later, Presley recorded his second acetate, I'll Never Stand in Your Way, and It Wouldn't Be the Same Without You, at Sun Records. However, since none of his songs were commercial successes, Elvis took up the job of a truck driver for the Crown Electric Company. In July 1954, Elvis' recording of the 1946 blues song, That's All Right, and guitarist Winfield Scotty Moore and upright bass player Bill Black became a huge hit. The trio had their first public performance on July 17. Their unusual style of music combined with Elvis' signature dance moves and his good looks caused the audience to start screaming. Elvis's female fan following also increased as a result of this. Elvis Presley Road to Fame. In 1955, Elvis signed with RCA Records. Again, he enjoyed a taste of success as Heartbreak Hotel became his first No.1 single as well as his first No.1 album. Following this, Presley signed a movie contract with Paramount Pictures. Elvis made his film debut in the superhit 1956 film Love Me Tender. Owing to a hugely successful career as a musician and a budding career as an actor, Elvis became a huge sensation among U.S. audiences. However, in 1957, Elvis received his military draft notice and was inducted into the Army in March. Elvis served in the military in Germany for a year and a half. In 1960, Elvis left the military. Fortunately, his popularity had not reduced, so Elvis made a smashing comeback with his soundtrack for the film GI Blues. Likewise, he acted in many movies such as Blue Hawaii, Girls, and Viva Las Vegas. Elvis appeared in his first ever TV special, 68 Comeback, in 1968. During this time, Elvis Presley wowed the audiences with many hits, including Can't Help Falling in Love, Return to Sender, and Viva Las Vegas. However, between 1964 and 1968, Presley only gave one top 10 hit, Crying in the Chapel. Fortunately, his films were performing fairly well at the box office, and Elvis still had a crazy fan following. In 1967, How Great Thou Art won Presley his first ever Grammy Award for Best Sacred Performance in the Gospel Album. In 1959, Elvis met Priscilla Beaulieu for the first time at a party in Germany where Elvis and Priscilla's father was stationed. Priscilla was only 14 years old when she met Elvis Presley. However, despite their 10-year age gap, the two instantly fell in love. According to sources, Elvis grew interested in Priscilla since he felt that she resembled his late mother, Gladys. He even admitted to his friend Rex Mansfield that Priscilla was young enough that I can train her any way I want. In 1960, Elvis left Germany after completing his enlistment. Priscilla would often write to Elvis, and in 1962, Elvis invited Priscilla to visit him in Los Angeles. In 1963, the Beaulieus sent Priscilla to Memphis, where Priscilla initially stayed with Elvis' father and stepmother. Likewise, she enrolled at Immaculate Conception High School to finish her education. In 1966, Elvis and Priscilla got engaged. The Lovebirds got married on May 1, 1967, in Las Vegas. Watch the video for the full biography of Priscilla Presley. Link in the description below. While he was still married to Priscilla Presley, Elvis Presley began an affair with his Viva Las Vegas co-star Anne Margaret. According to Anne Margaret, the relationship started due to their similar hobbies and interests. However, in 1964, the Viva Las Vegas actress and the king of rock and roll called it quits. Anne Margaret got married to Roger Smith in 1967. After this, Elvis Presley dated actress Connie Stevens for about 2 years. He also had a short-lived affair with Sybil Shepherd. Additionally, Elvis dated many other famous women such as Natalie Wood, Linda Thompson, Peggy Lipton, Anita Wood, and Rita Moreno. In 1976, Elvis got engaged to model Ginger Alden, who was 21 years his junior. They remained engaged up until Elvis' tragic demise in 1977. Elvis Presley children. Elvis Presley's daughter Lisa Marie Presley was born on February 1, 1968, 9 months after her parents' wedding. In 1994, Lisa Marie got married to singer Michael Jackson. However, they got divorced in 1996. After this, Lisa Marie got married to actor Nicolas Cage, whom she divorced in 2004. Her marriage to guitarist Michael Lockwood ended in 2021. Elvis Presley death. The rock and roll legend met a tragic end following a lifelong struggle with drug abuse. Although the cause of his death was ruled out as heart failure, it was, in fact, his long-standing history of drug addiction that led him to such an unfortunate end. Elvis Presley was addicted to prescription medications such as opiates, barbiturates, and sedatives. As a result, Elvis suffered from high blood pressure, an enlarged colon, liver damage, and emphysema towards the end of his life. His health deteriorated day by day, and the once energetic and fit singer had become grossly overweight and primarily bedridden. Finally, the king of rock and roll left for heavenly abode on August 16, 1977. For more update visit celebcritics.com.